Hey everyone, my little rocking chair. Alright, so y'all gonna get to see me how I think things out real quick, okay? Because I can tell you, I got energy and I got freaking, I said it, it is what it is. I like to show the process of how I operate. So y'all can be able to kind of figure out how to operate your emotions and feelings and stuff like that. So I'm just tapping in. This is not, it's a half and half. So right now I'm talking as my reality, trying to figure something out without questioning my spirit. Okay. So this is the thing. We have a spirit within us, and then it's our reality. Our reality has its own frequency that it can feel things. And sometimes we can tap into our spirit to confirm what we feeling. So I was watching this video, which I'm gonna tie to this. Okay, it's two ladies talking. It's one of those panel type shows or whatnot, or conferences. And something about this young lady that is on the panel, every single time she talks, there is something about her that makes me feel weird. And I finally allow myself to question it, because as black females, when we talk, we have a powerful voice. You can hear the strength. Put it like that. You can hear strength when very the direct way of communication and getting points across. Very strong. Some people in the world would think that that's mannish, but it's just you're articulating yourself in a direct manner of confidence. Okay. But there is something about her that every single time she talks and she expresses her opinion, while she talking, a part of me wants to walk away and not listen to her. Okay? And I'm explaining how my brain is operating. So it's like a part of me is like, every time she talks, I want to just, I don't even want to hear what she's saying. But I allow myself to go ahead through the process. And I listen to her and I'm like, well, what she said makes sense. It makes sense exactly what she said. And today, when I seen her, I was like, okay, why is it that when I listen to her, she makes me want to just pull off? And it's not that she's intimidating, because that's what triggered me. It's like when certain people talk, and this is something I went through throughout my life. When certain people talk, they talk in a demeanor that makes me feel like going in a shell. And I'm like, why I want to go in a shell? And I'm like, why in the world it makes me feel, it's like, why I keep feeling fear. Okay? And I'm about to explain some things, alright? Why I feel fear when they talk is no different than when some guys talk, I feel fear. When women talk, certain ones, when they y'all start talking, I feel fear. And it make me want to go in a shell. But then when I look at it, I'm like, but I'm not afraid. So why is it every single time when I hear certain people talk, it makes me go into a shell? And I'm like, why? So I'm listening to this lady. So it was two ladies, okay? One is in a relationship, and she's basically explaining how infidelity, she cheated a lot, I guess you can say. And the other person, the person she cheated on, is going through a lot of emotional stuff. And she's like, basically like, she's over it in a way. She's like, the cheater is like, I'm cool or whatever. Am I basically wrong for not helping her to heal? Basically, that's what it sounds like. Am I wrong for not helping my girlfriend or whoever, or boyfriend? What I think it was a girl with a girl. Like, oh, I'm not helping her heal. So am I wrong for that? So the other lady explaining, like, if you put that energy on her, but basically y'all still together, then it's your right to make your wrongs right by, in so many ways, just saying, enforcing trust. Putting trust out there, acknowledging that, hey, this person has to find a way to heal. This person has to be able to find a way to believe you and trust you again. Now, it's two parts. When I first heard it, a part of me was like, well, even though the person cheated, it ain't their fault that the person still is suffering from it, because the other person actually this is me thinking now, okay? In my head, I'm like, well, if the other person see that this person is cheating on them, Why keep staying in the situation? Move on. Go to someone else. Go, learn yourself. Love yourself. Get away. Self-heal yourself. You don't deserve that. But then if you look at it, this is me still thinking, well, if you truly love that person, how many times we work things out? Because life happens. We're going to, through death do us part, you're going to go up through some ups and downs. And if you really love that person and genuinely care, you're going to stick it out. But sometimes it's just the fact of it that other person is willing to stick it out with you and make your wrongs right. So that's that. That was my point of listening to it. However, the lady that's on the panel, she's talking, and I'm like, what in the world? Why is it that I feel this way? It's because the spirit inside of her. And what she does is very unique. So what happens is when a person comes up with a question, right? Somehow this female has a special gift. And I realize what's going on. You have a special gift. You can feel other people's pain. That's why you're able to handle the conversation. Y'all know how like sometimes you could be going through something, but you can't talk to the person you will. But as soon as you talk to somebody else, they can explain it to you. And technically what that other person explaining to you is what the one you with been trying to say. But that one you with can't say it the right way. But you understand it when somebody else tell you. That's what's going on. So this lady, I don't know your name, okay? I didn't check in on all of that. But now I understand the vibe I get off of you. Now, I'm going to explain this first. Because of the vibe you have, there are people, and you might notice this in your life, when you go around people, they look at you and think and feel intimidated by you. It's not because of your strength. It's because you can feel the fear inside of them. You have a special gift. You can feel people's true energy. You know how to translate people's energy so they can feel it. Even though you're direct, your spirit can still talk to the other person. That's why when you present your messages for the ones that really want to make changes, their spirit and your spirit attach. And what happens is you send a signal to their spirit and let them feel the pain that you're feeling of the person they're talking about. That's why when you talk, some people walk away from you. They look at you. They try to downplay you because you can feel the fear in them. And you show them what they look like. And they don't like it. Because on the outside, you show yourself as very strong. On the inside, they can see the fear that they have of themselves. So every time when I see you talk, it make me go in a shell because you calling me out. And it's not me. You calling them out. I can feel both y'all energies. That's what it is. Whoever you talking to, I can feel both y'all energies. So that's what happened. When you was talking to her, that lady didn't have any emotions. When she came up to the panel and said what she had to say, she still don't care. Okay? She don't care. So you are able to take the energy of what the person you take the words of not what the person's saying, but you take the words of the energy of the person that they hurting and you throw it back at them. You're like a mirror. You throw it back at them so they have to feel it. So even at that moment, her spirit may like, I don't care, but her reality is like, I understand. Okay? We have ways where sometimes our spirit can talk to our reality or our spirit can talk to our spirits. You have ability where your spirit can talk to people's realities, where now they got their realities have to check the spirit within inside of them. So when you talk, that's why I'm like, why the heck? I like this woman. She very articulate and stuff. And I'm like, at first I thought it was something inside of you. I thought that there was like some crazy spirit in you, but it is not in a bad way. It's a good way. You just have a particular energy where you can feel people's true pain. And when you talk, you don't talk just to you don't just talk to them. Your spirit talks at the same time. So like I say, either your spirit talks to the reality of them, because when a person communicate, you either communicating from your reality or you communicating from your spirit. They don't really coincide at the same time until you fully adapt into it. So like for me, when I talk from my reality, but I can merge with my spirit at the same time. I operate in both at the same time. It's just up to me if I want to use it or not. But a lot of people in the world, they either operate out of their reality or their spirit, okay? But you have a special gift where your spirit can connect to either their reality or the spirit inside of them. So when you talk with authority, that's what's going on. At first I was like, what the heck, why? But yeah, that's why every time I hear you talk, it makes me like that. But it's not because it's me. I can feel the energy between you and whoever you're talking to. And that's how that person felt. So when you was talking, even though, this is why I say, you can't judge a person by the book by its cover, okay? You cannot judge a book by its cover, because even though she looked like, okay, yeah, on the inside she was like this. She felt bad. And what I'm saying is her reality felt that way. And she felt like, oh, heck, that's messed up. Even though her spirit may say, I really don't care. I'm over it. It is what it is. Her reality, it's like you hit her and she's like, okay, I get it now. You literally said the same thing that her significant other said. But you said it in a way where you demanded attention. You demanded authority. You demanded understanding without saying, listen to me. You do it in a way where you are able to communicate in a way where your voice has authority, okay? It's powerful, all right? So that's one part of it. Now my spirit talking. Be careful with that. Because you have a very authoritative way of communicating, be careful, because it's very demanding. You have a very demanding spirit, okay? It's like, you better listen to me now. And that's cool. But you also have to be mindful that you can't force people to listen to you as well, okay? So be mindful. I'm not saying change yourself. I'm just saying when people walk away, just understand, allow them to walk away. Allow them to do what they need to do, because your spirit is trying to demand them to listen to you. And you have to realize that sometimes when people walk away, it's because they can feel the demand in your voice, in your spirit. Because their spirit can connect. I tell you, your spirit can connect to the reality or their spirit. And some people's spirits ain't ready for the information. And you can't get mad about it. Just let them walk, okay? Eventually, they'll build that backbone up and they'll come back and communicate. And I'm saying this based off of your everyday life, okay? I'm not saying that you got it all together, because none of us got it together. Even for myself, y'all might see me slip up, okay? However, just be mindful that when people walk away, even if you know you're doing it from a good heart, be mindful, because you do have a energy that I feel like you know it, but you needed a confirmation. So this is your confirmation. You've been knowing that you can feel people's energies. But to you, you're like, I just do this just to do it. I just love talking to people and giving advice. No, it's a calling. It's a calling on your life, okay? I'm not saying this to go and just jump ship and leave your fellow friends or something like that because you want to have your own. I do feel like the way you're handling at this moment, until you know how to handle when people walk away, because this is a thing, and I'm not trying to tell your business, but until I can communicate with people in different ways, until you know how to handle people walking away and not take it personal, I feel like the way you're doing it is the right way with the panel, because y'all bounce off of each other. It's crazy. I talked about y'all panel before, and the first time I talked about it, I talked about how the guys was able to, you can tell that they don't have, what is it called? You can tell they healed. That's the thing. For the most part, they healed, and they communicate in a way that's healed. But when it comes to the ladies, one of y'all not healed. And I'm going to tell you that right now. One of y'all not. All right? But you are part of the panel. Now I know what yours is. At the time, I thought maybe she ain't healed or something, but then I realized you're feeling somebody else's pain. So that's the reason why I felt like that at the time. So you're good. You and the guys are good. But there's another lady up there. And I'm not trying, and this is a thing, I'm not saying that you can't talk, cause this is a thing, y'all. I'm not saying kick her off the thing or whatever, no, cause y'all helping her to learn as well. But Excuse me. So this is what's going on. I don't know what your name is. But all I know is for the other lady, I think it's more y'all, but it's another lady up here. You're not healed yet. You're not healed fully yet. You give out good advice. There's sometimes I can tell that you're not healed because of the advice you give. However, reason why I said don't throw her off, because y'all need it. Y'all need it because not everyone in the world is going to be healed. Like, you need someone that is, she's a transition. That's the best way I can explain it. She's a transitioner. Everyone heals differently. And each one of y'all are on different healing levels. And that's why y'all need to continue doing what y'all doing, because y'all on different healing levels. So when you in a crowd of people, everybody don't heal the same way. So y'all are transitioning. That's why y'all bounce off of each other, because if I'm a type of person where I'm ready to jump ship, then I know when this person talk, I know that's what they mean. If I'm a type of person where on this other topic, because you got to remember, I'm going to just say it like this to try to break it down. Say this is you, right? Maybe you're advanced when it comes to relationships. Maybe you semi-advanced when it comes to parenting. Maybe a little advanced when it comes to being a child, to a parent. Maybe you not as good as being advanced in your career. But then when it comes to your personal self, you're not good at all. It's all you, but each person represents a different level. So when you're in these conferences and people talking, each person pops up that can represent something that can represent something in your life. So what I'm trying to say is this. I'm trying to bring it home, y'all. I'm trying. So even though the lady was talking about her girlfriend, right, cheating about her girlfriend, maybe that scenario, the way the lady responded, maybe that scenario could go for your job. You cheating at your job, and you have your coworker doing all the work all the time, and they feel drained because they doing all the work, and every time you say you're gonna help them, they not. Maybe that same scenario can represent your kids, where you always hanging out with everybody else and your kids feel like they're being neglected. And because your kids feel neglected, but you feeling like, hey, I'm adult, I can do whatever I want to do. Maybe that can represent for being a parent. Being a child to your parent. Maybe your mom might feel like, you always only coming around when you need something, but then whenever you don't need nothing, you don't know how to say hi. And then maybe that moment could also represent yourself, that you keep being there for everyone else, and then at the same time, when it comes to you, you don't take care of who you are. See, one conversation can represent a multiple answers. You understand? So that's why I say all the people on the panel can work, because we are all in different learning levels. Or you can say learning disabilities. Okay? No one's 100% gonna have it all together all the time. That's the beauty about having panels, because everybody can bounce off each other. Maybe that one question can represent something else for someone else. So when it comes to the lady that I'm saying that I can tell she ain't fully healed on the inside, and I ain't trying to tell you business, but I'm gonna say this. It ain't so much that I'm telling y'all business. Y'all tell y'all business to us. And reason how is you pay attention to how somebody talk, you can tell where the mental is fully at. So don't sit back and y'all think I'm telling on y'all. Y'all been when people really pay attention, we can see the characters. We can hear how you talk. We can tell how educated or not educated you are. This can go for anyone in the world, not directly to her. But anyway, to the girl that I'm talking about, I can tell you're not healed because of how you handle certain questions. However, for someone that's new to the page, that's learning a new language or learning something new, it may help them out, because not everybody can sit and jump from, in school. You have some kids that got to go from kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth, fifth, and so on. Then you also have those kids that can go from kindergarten to third grade. You understand? That's what y'all panels represent. So even though what you say may not work for someone else, it can work for the person that it need to work for. So I don't know why this had to come up, but it is what it is. Other than that, y'all continue doing what y'all doing. We need more people out here to represent us and, do it the right way. But y'all learn from each other. Don't get upset when somebody says something. When y'all behind closed doors, y'all work together as a team. Y'all are help healing each other. All of y'all have different special abilities, and y'all can help heal each other and the world. You never know how far this can go. Okay? I'm not advertising nothing. I'm just talking as what I see. It's going to be a lot of people in the world I'm be talking about. So my thing is, don't focus on the views, okay? And don't focus on the publicity. Focus on the purpose. The purpose is what gives you exactly what you need. So don't sit back and be like, oh, we can use this and we can... Don't do that, because you're going to lose it, okay? See how the other folks take stuff and they run off with it and they manipulate the system? Don't lose something but when you finally gaining something. And I'm for the people in the world, the ones I'm talking about, continue to listen, because everybody needs some type of education. All right? On that note, for everyone in the world, just remember that we all can learn from each other. We all learn at different paces. Like I always say, it's just about how long you're going to stay there. On that note, have a blessed day.